Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the CONCAFA Soccer Pod. I am one of your hosts, Bubba Gumpino, joined by two footy legends, Brek Shea and Geoff Cameron. How we doing, lads?
We're doing well, man. I like you add the little English accent onto the footy legends.
Yeah, you got to. That's what it's all about. Little scouser for you.
Ooh, a little twang to that.
How we doing, Brek? Brek's fired up. He's ready to fucking go. Hey, fucking every time, no matter what. Every time I said we're not going to start the show with Liverpool. We're going to start it with maybe one of the best soccer matches I've watched in quite a while. El Clasico, 4-3 Barca. Real comes out, scores two early, Mbappe with both. And then Real Madrid cannot stop a nosebleed. That defense is that was tough. I mean, Barcelona's played in 3 unbelievable games in the past, 3 weeks?
Yeah.
Both legs of the Champions League. And then that game, I mean, they are a great watch, but I don't know. Real, Xabi Alonso's got some work to do, but I think he'll figure it out. He's got the players. They just can't defend. I don't know. I've never seen anything like it.
Yeah, I mean,
Rudiger's out.
Could have had 5 tap-ins.
Right?
I mean,
Like it could have been 8.
Yeah, insane.
I mean, to be fair, both teams had chances.
Oh yeah, Barca's defense is no wall either, but that just shows you how good Rudiger is too.
Yeah,
they're not.
That's what you get when you throw a bag of ice at a referee.
Dude, I mean, you're gonna be out for a while, dude. But I don't with Real. I'm not doing this, and this doesn't have to do with Trent, so don't say it. Jude was fucking. Did you see him in that game? I heard his
Not
name.
at all.
Heard his name once, maybe.
I had no idea he was on the pitch.
He wasn't his normal self. He didn't have like a. But I think we talked about this a little bit last time. I think he's, what match was the last match they played? He loses the ball and he just watches it and the reaction and, I know everybody knows he's a big time player for Real Madrid and he's, I would say the last 2 seasons he's really proved himself and has been a massive player for him when they won the Champions League, right? He was phenomenal and he was up for, player of the year, FIFA player of the year. He's like in talks of that.
Yep.
I think, I think it's kind of maybe gone to his head a little bit as in you think in that position. Because I don't see that. He'll get nasty, and I think he's really good when he's got a little bit of a bite to him, and he does both sides, but it's almost like I can't believe he makes a mistake and just kind of watches it. And I think that could be it could hurt him.
Yeah.
Geoff, do you think there's any fatigue factor? I mean, he's gone almost 2 years straight, and it's, I mean, as you know, it's not easy towards the end of the season, but it's not like he's had a rest.
He still hasn't had surgery on that shoulder either, to be fair. He's been wrapping that shoulder for how fucking long?
Yeah.
It's got to be annoying.
That was since when England at the last big tournament, he had that thing wrapped. So I don't know when he's going to. And I know Ancelotti's done a great job at Real, 6 years there. It does feel like it is time for change.
Yeah, I think Alonso, like you said it, I think Alonso will be fantastic with what he's done.
Oh, yeah.
Leverkusen, and, that goes to, like, his standing ovation, how the crowd treated him. And, I mean, literally what he's implemented in that structure and his influence there, he's got that kind of, like, Spanish-German foundation, right? And I think that's going to be kind of bringing that mold into Madrid is maybe something where it's maybe a little bit more defensive tactically, but more offensive for the Spanish style. So, I mean, it's going to be fun to watch over the next... I would say it's going to take a couple of years, though. They got to give him time.
That was an amazing moment. You talk about Zach going into the crowd like that. That was so fucking cool, man.
It was badass.
That was awesome, man. So, and what he did for Leverkusen, man. They won the league title last year.
Yeah.
Against a Bayern team that was very good. It's not like Bayern had like a real down year. Like Leverkusen was that good.
He deserves a lot of credit
to watch.
I mean, so the El Clasico, what's your thought on Mbappe and Vinny kind of working with each other? And I don't know, do you question Mbappe still? Does he fit the team? I don't know.
Doesn't he have more goals than Ronaldo had in his first season at Real?
Yeah, that's true.
And the team is, I mean, they're doing good, but for Real Madrid, it's not that great, right?
Yeah, no league title.
But he's still scoring goals.
Lost 4 to Barca. I mean, it's a down year for Real, but I mean, he still had a good year. I'm interested to see. There's rumors of what Xabi Alonso is going to do with the formation. I'm interested to see what he does, because if it was me, and I know this isn't the way to fix if you don't have great defending, but this is the rumor of what he's going to play. He's going to go 3 at the back and then 2 wing backs, which will suit Trent fucking unbelievably. But I think that's the way you play, and then you can play.
Trent, wing back.
Doesn't have to defend at all. It's perfect.
Who's on the left?
I don't know who would be on the left.
Camavinga?
Yeah, true. But then you have, I think that's the way you play. So then you would have Vinny and Jude in behind Mbappe, and they can both kind of do what the fuck they want.
Kind of just free flowing.
And then you'll have that defensive midfielder. I think that's the way to play with this team to figure it out. Because you
got to have that solid.
Body.
You got to have the sitters there.
Yeah, they're gonna have to be fucking stuck in at the back because those guys are being running free. But I don't know how else you do it, because Vinny hasn't been great this year, and I think
Valverde would be in that mix.
Yeah,
for sure, as he's playing, if he plays central, or does he become one of the wing backs? Because he, every position he plays in, I think he's fucking sweet, man.
Yeah.
He's sweet as not like he is. He can adjust to anything, and for me, I think like
in any position,
he's proud to wear that fucking badge. He puts in a shift. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, I did.
What about Mbappe scoring a hat trick and then still losing?
Fucking
like,
nothing.
How frustrating is that? Kind of goes back to the World Cup final, right? For scoring a hat trick and losing, like that's wild.
But he missed some chances, like
2 goals in the first 14 minutes though, and then it's just 4 straight. Rafinha scores 2. We say it every show. Rafinha could add 5. We say this every show. Yamal is fucking 17 years old is just bananas, dude. I can't get over it. I can't.
I agree.
He's on a different level.
Inter Milan winning that tie is so impressive to me. I've said it on this show. I've said it fucking everywhere I could. I didn't give them a puncher's chance to beat the team. And then they went down, and then they fucking come back. That guy who scored that goal, he's what? That guy's story, buddy.
Yeah, alcohol.
Incredible.
2012, after his dad died, getting kicked off the team, bouncing back, second division, I believe.
First Champions League goal
at 37. It's insane.
Like that game was over, dude. And then they fucking win it. It's like hats off to them. PSG goes through. I know Arteta told us that Arsenal is the best team in Europe. I know. I apologize. I should have started with that for the Champions League talk. But
no, about that.
PSG goes through, and PSG is the favorite. I was looking at the odds here. PSG minus 155, Inter plus 125. That is, I got a tough time. I mean, it's not till what do we got? May 31st. I'm having a hard time picking a side right now.
Yeah,
I know PSG's been good, but it's like Donnarumma has been on his head. Like Villa almost had him. I don't think Arsenal could have. Saka tapped that goal in. They were in that tie. And I don't know. Somebody has got to talk to Arteta and let him know that he's fucking delusional, dude. He lied, man. He straight up lied. They asked PSG's coach. They go, did you tell him that you said they were the better team? And he laughed. He said, I never said anything to Arteta.
But then didn't Arteta say someone on the bench said
the entire bench did.
Fuck off.
It's like,
no. First of all, who the fuck is gonna say that after a game? No one in their
you think
right
you're heading to the final of the Champions League. The first thing you're doing is going to the other coach saying, "You fucking had us, your best team in Europe, but sorry, we're going to the final." What the fuck?
Hey,
Maybe he
we're
doesn't
gonna
understand
handshake you.
sarcasm.
Let me give
Dude,
you a soft
I'm starting
air
to
hug.
think we don't understand that Arteta is maybe joking at all times.
He's like a wax
funny
figure.
guy, and we think he's serious.
He looks like a wax figure.
Dude, the guy spent so much money. Like, they're gonna have to. I don't know. A lot of these English teams, though, I think it's just what happens. Everyone's just spending a shitload of money, man.
Well, I think the price
do it
goes.
again.
In the English club, they just jack up the price because they know
They can.
Andy Carroll was $50 million back how many years ago?
I mean, Andy Carroll's different.
That's because he could drink 50 pints in a night.
That might have been
true. We've
still,
seen it at
dude,
Bechtel in Dubai.
when we were running two up top, 4-4-2 with Suarez and Andy Carroll was maybe one of my favorite times at Liverpool. Andy Carroll was fucking all-time.
He was a unit.
Legend, man. He was so good for Newcastle. He scored some beauties at fucking Liverpool in his time too, man. He's at Bordeaux.
He knows how to play his role.
He's at Bordeaux now.
Yeah, and
he's in
still
second division France, right?
Bordeaux, I think.
Yeah.
He said he's paying to play 800 pounds a week.
Love for the game, baby.
I respect it.
I
don't even think he's that old. Like, how old is Andy Carroll?
No, he's got to be 35, 36.
Still, though.
No, he's definitely older than that, no?
I don't know.
Let's see.
I'm 39. Brek, you're what?
36, dude.
Shit. I'm old as shit.
I feel my age.
Maybe Burnley brings him back now that they're back in the Prem. Maybe we put
Chuck him up top.
We'll have to
last 5 minutes of the game.
AJ on the horn. We need Andy Carroll back in the Prem.
Far post. Boom. Hit it on the diag!
Dude, he was supposed to be like the hero for England too, man.
Oh, you'd hear Tony Pulis be like, Crouchy, get it on the line, son. Get it on the diag. And you come to feet, he'd be like, fuck off. And you're like,
hey,
dude, it was unbelievable. But hey,
I used to check in and he'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? Fuck it. Go on, son. Get it on.
And you go, open up the legs, lad. And the best part was, during training, if we needed a younger guy,
yeah,
it'd be like, the guy would be like black hair or blonde. He'd be like, James, get over here. He'd be like, James, slide over there, mate. And you're like, fuck it out.
You don't know what to do, just run.
His three things. How's the family, son? And then he wouldn't really give a shit.
just asked to fucking be nice. Didn't actually care.
Part of like, good morning. You all right?
Yeah.
You okay? How's the fam? No one cares.
Yeah, and then like you'd be like, hey, I want to do some extra training. He's like, fuck off, son. Go and get a cup of tea. Oh, it's fucking good memories. Anyways, hell's bells.
We'll stick in England here. Nottingham Forest. Last year they finished 17. This year they're going to make Europe. The owner comes on the field at the end of the game and goes at Nuno. Nuno is a legendary coach. He's pretty much done it everywhere he's gone. He's been great. Neville said that Nuno should quit. I think he has a good relationship with the owner. He talked it down in his interview afterwards. So
that was super professional.
Yeah, it was. Nuno did a great
super
job.
Classy.
Yes.
It was really well done.
He even calmed him down on the field too, because that could have gotten ugly, man.
Yeah.
And I don't. It was the, what's the word? Like optically, it was just very wild to see an owner come on the field and do that, especially at a club. And I know he wants to do well and he wants to be in the Champions League spots, but it's like, man, this Forest team has been so good all year. And It's just like a bad way for the season to kind of end here, I feel like.
Yeah. Brek?
No, I didn't like it. I mean, obviously they probably have a relationship that we don't know about, so maybe this goes on more than we think or understand. But from the outside view, and then him having to post a statement within an hour after, kind of makes it seem like people let him know that wasn't okay. But he is the owner, right? So he has expectations, and it is what it is now. But like you said, Nuno talking it down after was super professional.
I mean, I'm sure other clubs, like Ibrahimovic when he was at Chelsea, like he would probably go into the fucking dressing room and slaughter guys when,
absolutely.
But he would do it behind closed doors.
Yep.
But also, like, remember when they would show him up in the stands and when they were losing, he was like fucking furious. You could see it.
Yeah.
And you're, as a fan, you're watching it and you're like, oh, they're getting it when they get down in the dressing room, or someone's going to get an earful. I think it's a good thing. But also, like, taking what Nuno's done. And I remember when Forest had to get promoted, or they're going to go under financial fair play because they spent so much money.
Yeah.
And they got promoted. And now where they are now, maybe he senses like this is a season too good to be true, and for us to get Champions League, this is going to be the only year. But Nottingham Forest has a huge history, and I'd rather have someone that's super passionate, that cares, and wants the club to be super successful than having a Man United ownership now that really doesn't give a shit, and it's all about sponsors and a name brand, right?
Jersey sales.
Yeah, I think you put that owner into United, and he's losing his head, and he's making sure shit's happening, right? I don't know. I think it shows passion, but it's also not a good look.
Yeah, like optically, when it first happened, everyone was like, holy fuck, what's going on? I can't express this enough. Like, Nuno doing that interview and being like, all right, everybody relax, was so massive, because just when he, like, I remember I was sitting on the couch and I was like, what the fuck? And I was on my phone and I was like, yeah, legit. That's what Neville's like, he should quit. And Nuno's a great coach. He could go not anywhere, but he'd have a job where, he'd have a job somewhere next year. And it's like, man, it was just, I think also because Nottingham Forest, if they told you at the start of the year you'd be in the European places, you would have bit their hand. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's just, I know he wanted Champions League, but yeah, it was just, it was an interesting dynamic to see for sure.
They probably gave
the commentators didn't say that was the owner when I was watching the game.
That's the thing. Nobody said it. Nobody knew fucking anything. But hey, you want to talk about nobody knowing anything? That might be all fucking soccer analysts of late, to be honest. I mean, I understand. I don't think Trent should have got booed. I don't think that.
Trent.
Now
I know I'm with you.
We're gonna go. I think we're gonna go. We're gonna tell the whole story here, which I don't think anybody who talks about this really knows. And Neville said, "Well, it was brave. He came out and announced he was leaving. The only reason he announced he was leaving is because Real Madrid doesn't have a right back for the Club World Cup. It wasn't. He wouldn't have waited this long." If he would have announced it at Christmas time and it would have been done, it would have been forgotten about it now. So that's out the window. I know everyone's saying that. This is the main reason why. They're trying to pay $1 million so he pays at the Club World Cup. He also, the whole season, didn't talk to media. His brother, who's his agent, was laughing when they were losing 2-0 in the Carabao Cup final to Newcastle.
I did see that video. That was kind of
that was a tough watch. Alexander-Arnold scores, and he does this, which is basically, when you look back on it, making fun of, you would do that if you were staying in Liverpool.
Yeah.
Not if you were leaving. That's what people would have thought, because he's saying all the talk is bullshit. And like I said, I don't think he should have been booed. I don't think he should have been put on. I understand why Slot did. But I think if you listen
to Slot wanted to win the game, right?
Yeah, and I mean, if you
credit his interview, that was excellent in what he said.
If you listen to the Liverpool players, Robertson's his best friend. Every Liverpool player and Slot said that they shouldn't have been booed, but they also finished every interview with, you can't tell these people how to feel. And how these people feel is they've lost one of their own.
Yeah.
And whether it's right or wrong, I think there's just too many people like Rio Ferdinand, whatever, say whatever you want. Man U isn't the biggest club anymore. You'll make up something else to make Man U try and stay relevant, whatever. Like Tim Howard goes on and he goes on a rant about Liverpool. It's like Tim Howard played at Man U and Everton. And he doesn't like, I think the people that were speaking on it were very out of pocket. And if you were on the internet at all and understood what was happening in Liverpool, him being booed was not a shock.
Yeah.
And I think if you think it was a shock, I think you are really out of touch with what is happening in Liverpool at the moment with that situation.
I mean, we had the conversation when, you educated me on the whole story and the timeline of things that have been revealed that's not maybe the public doesn't, or I would say Liverpool
knowledge.
Yeah. That I had no idea. I had the information that we share with each other all the time and shit that comes up on the news feed, but I didn't know the whole timeline of certain things. And I'm sure things will be more revealed after when it's all said and done. But yeah, like I said, I feel for the player and what he's done.
You could see how shook he was when he went on the field. You could, and I did feel bad for him, but it's one of those things, man. It's a tough situation, and the way it's played out, and there's it's kind of like a dark cloud over winning the league. Like what's gonna happen at the parade, dude?
Someone said something. Do you see? It was like Michael Owen
Michael Owen. This fucking
Michael Owen said.
Does anyone Does anyone realize Michael Owen played one fucking year at Real Madrid and then went Newcastle, Man United?
Yeah.
Like like I said it last time, Real Madrid fans.
He bought a sick racetrack for his horses, though.
Yeah, I mean, he's the fucking. It was good to see him talk about how he was crying with how he was treated when he came back as a Man U player against Liverpool. I think the grandstanding on the whole situation just went a little too far.
Just don't.
And it's not right. I don't want to say that he should have been booed because he's done so much for the club. He's been there for 20 years. He wants a new challenge. But
you knew it was going to happen. You knew it was going to happen.
Oh, yeah. And I do think if this was the plan all along and he ran his contract out and his brother's his agent, it felt like this was the plan. He should. Remember when Klopp announced he was leaving? I think if Trent announced he was leaving in December, he would have got a send-off.
You think?
It would have been better than this. By now, it would have been forgotten about.
You've been telling us.
But by now, it would have been forgotten about.
I think it would have maybe died down, and then by the end of the season, they win the league. They'd be like, "Fuck off."
Yeah, you're
100%.
I just don't. The way, and it's like,
who are you? Fuck off.
I think it's also the way that Van Dijk. I think it's killing the Liverpool people that Van Dijk and Salah stayed too, because it's like these guys want to be here. One of our own doesn't. Now they've been at other clubs. I understand, and I get Trent wants a new challenge, and Real Madrid is a place where everybody wants to go who plays.
Yeah.
But there's just...
So you just won a league. If, let's just say Van Dijk said he was going to PSG and he announced it the same, everything the same, they've just won the league, he's your captain, everything. Do you think he would have been booed?
Yeah. Not as bad. But I think, I don't know.
See, I think he's definitely understand. Just because he's a local, like I don't get it. Like you guys won the league, he's been there for 20 years. Like at what point do you you're pissed off and you're upset? I get it, but like at what point do you just all right? It is what it is.
It's the transfer fee too, I think, that people are pissed off about too. Because if he signs a new contract, then you get money for him. Then you can, that's kind of how. And you can talk about Michael Owen and McManaman. They went for transfer fees. The free transfer is something, and it's what Real Madrid does now because they ran down Mbappe's contract at PSG too. And it's just kind of the way they're going about their business.
They also offered $200 million for him 2 years before.
Yeah. See, I think Trent knew, man. What do you think Real Madrid would have offered for Trent?
I mean, what you said it. They don't even know who he is.
Buddy, like the people online don't even think he should start over who they have at right back now.
Lucas Vazquez, after this weekend, I think they'll throw anyone in there.
But yeah, that's what I'm saying. But it's like, it's just I think it's a tough situation. And I've tried, as a Liverpool fan, I've tried to like remove myself from it and see both sides because I love Trent. But I think that's part of it. Because whenever Trent went to England or when, and then you'd be like.
When he was born?
Yeah. But like, no, when he played for England, you were like.
I'm kidding.
You want him to do well because
you just hope he sucks when he plays for England.
I won't because I still want to see England win. But it's like, I think so many other people in England talk shit about Trent and is defending all these years. And I think Liverpool fans really went to bat for him, man, and he was one of their own.
So I'll say sorry to interrupt you, but I will say this: the fact that he's fucking done what he's done at Liverpool, and English, we all know. Brek's experienced it a lot worse than I have.
Oh yeah, like I'm not saying,
but like how fucking brutal they are.
Oh yeah,
but at the same time, like. He can go like this to everybody and just walk away. Now he's going to fucking the biggest club in the world, one of the biggest clubs in the world. If you're a good player, you're not going there. If you're a great player, you're going there. An amazing player. He's an amazing player, and that they value him, so they want him. So whether the fans will say all their negative shit, he can just say what you want. No one's being signed at that club if they're not fucking good. So, him playing for England, I remember I was still over there when the first time he got like a cap. And they're like, fucking, this guy's wank. And you're like, what do you mean? Like, he's playing at Liverpool. He's not shit. And this goes for all the young kids that they watch the game and they're like, even whether it's the MLS, Premier League, La Liga, whatever, and they're like, oh, that guy's shit. Well, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, who are you to say anything? What position? That kid's playing 17 years old. He's playing Champions League final, semifinal. Shut your mouth. Go back to work.
Yep.
At the end of the day, the fans will always say whatever they want to say. At least he knows, like, he put his heart out there. He represented the club the best. It ended shit because of the situation.
Yeah.
And it probably could have been handled a little differently. I think even if he does handle it properly, I still think he's going to get booed and feedback like he's going to get crushed.
Yep.
He's a Scouser through and through.
He was Klopp's kid too, man. He really was. Like Klopp brought him along, brought him up early. Like you saw the emotion from him when the day Klopp retired, man. Like he loved Klopp. Like their relationship they were so close, man. And I think that was part of it. I think that is.
So do you think Klopp maybe had conversations with him?
To leave before, and Klopp was the reason he stayed.
Yeah, like Klopp gave him the vice captaincy, man.
I mean, so that's the thing. Do you think Klopp advised him a little bit? Do you think he got on the phone and said, "Hey, like, what do I do? What's the situation?" Maybe he talked it through. I feel like if they're that, I still have a very close relationship with a few of my former coaches.
Yeah,
and. We jump on the phone, we catch up, we have conversations, and do you think he would reach out to him or vice versa? I'm sure they had conversations that like, hey, you're in a lose-lose situation. No matter what you do, you're going to get stick for it.
Yeah.
I don't know. I've never been in that situation. I can tell you if I played for the New England Revolution, I wouldn't enjoy it. I wouldn't want to play for New England Revolution, just for, on a ton of different things, but I feel as a homeboy kid, you can do so much.
Yep.
And at some point, you as a person, as a player, will always outgrow that. And you want a different challenge, a different beast, and this is where he gets to test himself and being uncomfortable. So now it's our saying is what? Be comfortable being uncomfortable. Let's see how good he does here. I don't know. It's gonna be interesting, man.
Fucking Real and Liverpool are gonna play in like the first.
Oh,
yeah, I mean, they're licking their lips, dude. First fucking match day. Fucking Liverpool Real. Put it down. Fucking first game of the Champions League. It's gonna happen.
How tight is the Premier League right now?
So Arsenal 68, Newcastle 66, Man City 65. Chelsea 63, Villa 63, Forest 62. And Newcastle plays Arsenal this weekend. Like Arsenal could be they could go for sure second place to in trouble here.
City, they drop one this weekend. Oh.
Wow, Southampton social media. I mean, the social media of these English teams right now is on a Hall of Fame run. The Southampton did it, and then
just like Minnesota on
Minnesota United.
What the fuck? And then the West Ham one of the Man U goalies celebrating.
Oh.
That was all time. And then dude, fucking MLS. I mean, what is going on at fucking Inter Miami, dude?
Can we just talk about
4-1
class?
What's that?
He said, "Have some class, be a little bit more humble."
What you think being humble is your fucking gaffer shaking hands? Is that what you think? Is that what you think? Fuck, is that where humble is? Where you come from?
Mascherano's taking off down the tunnel.
Yeah.
The Inter Miami faithful are they're not happy with Mascherano.
Wait, what did you say a month ago? What did you say last? It was a couple, 3 episodes again. Like, Inter's gonna win it.
Me?
Oh, they could easily still win.
I still think they're gonna win the. They're
still
still gonna win the cup at the end.
Dude, they have to do like 2 or 3
last week.
They'll sign 2 or 3 big players. Messi's guys, they'll bring them in. They'll get a fucking big player.
Is Pogba fucking free to play?
I don't know. Probably. He's either gonna join Giroud.
Minnesota's not even good. That's the issue.
Can we get a shout out for PST?
I like it.
CONCAFA.
Pogba? Should we reach out?
Yeah, we should.
You want
the big man.
They told us fucking Balotelli was going to be on that team last year. I was like, I got a funny feeling Balotelli ain't pulling up to carry North Carolina. So just a wild fucking guess here.
He was connected through New York or Miami and never left.
Well, that was Stephen Ireland who said, he's like, I'm gonna get this guy.
We had a player do that.
Yeah. Dude, speaking of that baller league, I don't know what it is or how it was put together. If we can get a squad in there, that is fucking electric, dude. There's fight.
Why don't we get at the Thunderdome? We talked about it last time. Pat, you listen to this. Let's get the bar league here in the U.S., man.
Dude, I got to dive into it because all I see is clips on Sky Sports Instagram.
Yeah, dude, it's fucking awesome.
It's Micah Richards.
Goals or fights.
Dude, both. Yeah. Micah Richards is coaching a team. He almost fought that YouTuber, the Angry Ginge or whatever his name is. They almost came to blows. I was like, what the fuck?
Did you see Cluttenberg and Terry?
Yes. Terry was fucking...
Cluttenberg, you just coach your team, and Terry's like, you fucking make a call.
The best thing about Clattenburg is you won't see him for a while, and he'll randomly just show up in you see him in some clip of some soccer league somewhere. It's like, oh, there's Mark Clattenburg's back.
Hey, can he take over the MLS referees because they're shit,
buddy? It's not getting any.
Howard Webb tried, and he ran after 2 years.
Yeah, because he was like, fucking hell, this is wank.
Dude, Inter Miami, the conceded 12 in their last 4. Like, I think they moved on to some players. Like, I say what you want, dude. Bobby Taylor would strap on the cleats and give a solid 90.
Well, we got to say that we've only had one pitch invasion since what's his name got kicked off. So
maybe that was. This is like Big Dom when he got suspended by the NFL.
Maybe
ever since he's gone,
it's a little unsafe that his homie's not there to protect him.
Dude, they got to turn it around. We got midweek. They play tomorrow against. I got it here. They play tomorrow against San Jose.
Charlotte?
San Jose.
That should be a barn burner.
I do like the midweek MLS. The Wednesday night MLS is a nice touch.
I love how every pundit came off when San Jose first started. They won a couple games big, and everybody's like, "Oh, they're gonna crush it. They're gonna crush it." I'm like, dude, it's Bruce Arena. Chill out. Just wait.
No, but that's why they're saying that. That's the more you watch how
shake hand.
The more you watch how soccer works, it's just the analysts and the journalists are actually just being paid by the teams or whoever. It's like with Liverpool, you saw this. Every journalist in Liverpool tweeted out the exact same article about Trent Alexander-Arnold, and it was the same fucking guys that tweeted out the exact same article when Jordan Henderson got his new deal, when they said he had all these offers from other places. Guess who Jordan Henderson's agent is? Trent Alexander-Arnold's brother. It's like, you think people aren't fucking awake, dude? You think people don't?
But you know what's crazy? Yeah. Sorry, Brett. Go ahead.
You're good.
No, like, you know what's crazy? You watch Apple TV and like the MLS network and stuff. You hear all the people when they're saying shit. It's actually, most of it is vomit. But none of them criticize the league. None of them question anything that's said or done or the rules or all of this stuff. They just go with yes.
It's not allowed to.
Yeah, it's like, deal with Apple, dude.
It is actually like they can't question or challenge what's being
Tony Meola will. Fucking you throw on fucking Fox.
Dude, he's he's awesome. But that's the thing. What's wrong with, they just follow the umbrella. They're just on there and they just become yes men, and they're like, hey, everything looks it looks pretty. Everything's great.
I don't think
people don't know all the bullshit that the players are being told and this and that with the CBAs and okay, what about financial fair play? Let's keep on adding games. Let's add money wise, travel, all this stuff. It's all forgotten. These guys were players once, and they forget really quick, and they just become part of the.
I don't think there's many.
System.
But the worry is, I don't think there's many jobs for it in the U.S.
No, because they're.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like if you're not announcing games MLS Apple, if you're in America, like I don't like Grella's got CBS Sports, Galazzo, so does Miola, but like that's about it, man. There's not much. There's not much out there.
I mean, the best addition is, for me at least, when I see the Apple TV with is Dax a great addition because he's like he challenges and he's actually like. What he says is pretty cool, and he says it with a different perspective.
What about
and then you got Maurice Adu. Like Maurice Adu, I think he's been phenomenal commentating the games.
What about Twellerman?
I mean, it's just he's been there forever. I think he's part of the system as well. You know, what do you think?
I love.
I think you've challenged him a few times, haven't you?
No, I love Twellerman. He calls a good clean.
Let's bring him on the episode. Let's ask him some tough questions.
We could actually
get him on.
I could reach out to Twellerman and see if he wants to come on for a combo.
I'm just saying. I think it's just become very. It's like cookie cutter.
Yeah.
And they don't have anybody that challenges the system because they're being told they have to be yes men. And I think, why aren't you calling out the club Inter Miami right now?
Yeah, but what about the valuation, dude? Fucking LAFC is worth as much as...
I'm going to rip up the paper now. There's no chance. There's no chance.
Fucking Man United fucking feeding their fucking staff bread and butter, and they're valued as one of the top 5 clubs in the world. With what? Fucking, they got no fucking money, dude. What do you mean?
I literally had an argument
coming.
Buddy,
I had an argument with
my valuation are you talking about? They fucking can't feed their workers lunch, and they're valued as top 5 in the world. How?
Yeah, but how is MLS clubs?
Again, pull that up.
What?
I mean, think those MLS clubs are worth $1 billion.
No, yeah, the land that the fucking stadium's on.
Oh, dude, LAFC's been fucking turning money over fists, boys. You guys haven't been paying attention.
I'm saying, okay, yeah, they turn.
I don't know how that works. I don't know.
They pay the guys $150,000 a year.
But I don't know how those valuation works. Like they just say, "Oh, this is what it's worth," and that's what it is. Like no one's
trash. Like Atlanta United, for instance, right? Okay, I understand their stadium. Obviously,
they do sell out, but
the training ground.
Yeah,
but you gotta. Okay, so do the Falcons count as the same thing? Because it's the Falcons Stadium, right? So how does that work? But some of these other clubs, LA Galaxy.
Yeah, I mean,
how are they worth $1 billion?
You can LA Galaxy hasn't won a fucking game all year, man. Marco Royce. We waited his whole career for him to fucking go somewhere other than Dortmund. His career.
He won an MLS Cup, though, right? He won an MLS Cup.
Get that guy. Get him to Inter Miami. Maybe he'll fix it.
I mean, dude, 7-0 loss this weekend.
7-0.
Can we get someone on? I mean, you're going through it. They must do like the evaluation of the land, the stadium.
I'll dive into it a bit more. All of this. I saw the numbers and I couldn't take it anymore. I was like, I don't even want to know how they come up with this. But then everyone's gassing it up. Everyone on all these soccer shows like, we got 5 MLS teams in the top 20.
You want to know why? I wonder.
Notoriety.
Oh, it does. I mean, it does. It is. When you looked at it, you were like, wow, this is pretty fucking impressive. And then you're like, but how? How did we get here?
Are they trying to like,
where's the proof?
Yeah, well, the Club World Cup's going to be here, FIFA World Cup, so they're trying, hey, look at our clubs are. I'd say fucking Cincinnati is more valued than some of the other teams that are on there.
Hey, that's nice, man.
Facility, their stadium, their crowd, what they've done for sure. And they got owners that are deeply loaded. And if they're putting them in that whole, like Brek said, the business of they own a bunch of this, and this, and it's putting in that umbrella, maybe the valuation is that. But there's no chance if you take all the clubs in Europe and around the world, come on. Okay, if we're going to say Saudi's clubs, right?
True.
Right?
Yeah, but
you're telling me that
those people actually have.
But what they're paying Ronaldo, right? But surely that club must be worth a lot of money if they can do
how's that team not win
One
with
player's
him?
Worth the same amount as our club.
They got him and Sadio Mane. They can't fucking win nothing.
I know.
What about Kai Kamara going to Cincinnati?
Oh,
MLS legend.
He'll fucking bang.
I think he's played for all 32 teams now.
He circled the wagon.
I mean, shit.
He's impressive, though.
I want to give a quick shout out to Chris, the GM, for going old. Congratulations, going with some experience. Because he said, hey, you want to stick with the younger players, and there's no value in the experienced players. Well, I guess you're going the opposite way because you're going to get a player that's going to fucking score goals for you. That our players get hurt or get injured, you have someone to fill you in. So congratulations.
What happened to their $10 million striker?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, which one?
Which one? Where are they?
I don't know. I don't know his name.
He's there. He's playing. But yeah, he's playing. I think it's more so like
he scored a bike like 3 weeks ago.
I mean, they're top of the table in the East.
Yeah, but the thing is that they need depth. They need some like guys would probably be going missing. They're going for whatever. They need some, experience. That you're going to get fucking 10 goals from Kai for sure.
The thing about soccer is, no matter how old you are, if you can bang goals in, you're always fucking gonna get a sniff, dude.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I'm rooting for City.
Andy Carroll.
That's what I'm saying, dude.
Imagine him. Get Crouchy, Andy Carroll up top. Just ping him the ball.
Okay.
Dude, he would do great in MLS.
Get on the
Crouchy would. That might be what Inter Miami needs up top. Crouchy and Suarez. What if we, what if we went Suarez and Carroll up top?
And you have Messi.
I don't know how they fix what's happening at Inter Miami, dude. I don't know what Machinero does. I don't know if he knows what.
They got to get Redondo off the pitch. That's the first thing they got to do.
The guy with the afro?
No,
the guy with the fucking curly hair.
Oh, he's He
that
hasn't
guy's
been
a
great.
menace.
Yannick Bright is doing a lot of the work in the midfield for them. And
I like him a lot.
if it wasn't for him, they'd be struggling even more so. But I think when you play the guy Redondo, I think he's taking up space.
What about
He really is.
and linked with Juventus move this summer?
Who's that? Bright?
No, Kramashi. They're homegrown midfield.
Oh yeah, I did see that actually.
Yeah, it'd be interesting to see if that. Yeah. I'd be interested to see if that's true or false because
Weston
if he's
McKennie, fucking top paid player at Juventus.
I mean,
he doesn't.
Hey, if he goes to Juventus, great, but I can't see it happening when he's not even getting in the national team, on a regular basis. And at the end of the day, you know how agents are when they want to get a new contract, and they'll just throw vomit out there to stir up the pot. And hey, this team's over there. If it is, congratulations, great. I think it's going to be a hard adjustment over there because I still think for him to make that jump, he needs to have way more of an impact on the team than what he is doing now, for sure.
I seriously am worried about that Inter Miami team, dude, because I don't know what fixes what's happening. Like last year, you would, if they gave up a goal and tie, it's just because they fucking were playing five guys up top. They weren't playing defense. Like, if they're not scoring and they can't defend, I don't know.
Yep. Well, we know they can't defend, and obviously the way they score is obviously through their left back, their right mid, and their center mid. So teams are starting to realize how they play. Every time Jordi Alba gets the ball, who's he looking for? Yeah. All right, well, if we cut off that pass, no one else is really going to score. Maybe a couple.
But Messi still scores.
Yeah, he does. But I'm just saying, like, I've watched them a lot recently, and it's the same style every game. The way they look to score is the same. Get it out to the left, get it to Messi, get it to the left, find Messi. All right, it's like pretty redundant.
Yeah, and I think what the other MLS teams kind of started off slow, where Inter had that little bit of a jump start because they had to.
I think playing twice a week too with those old legs, man, it's gonna catch up to you. And then now they finally get a break from all these fucking cups and everything, and it's like now we got fucking midweek MLS firing up on Wednesday night.
Right around the corner, Club World Cup too.
Dude, that's
there is no.
I fear for those MLS squads in that Club World Cup. I really.
Di Maria, he's being linked to it, right? Pogba's being linked to it. There's no doubt in my mind they're going to spend and splurge some obscene amount of money for a big name player or a few.
How?
I know, because the MLS will then make another rule, the Messi rule. Say what? Yeah, exactly. They'll make the Messi rule because he owns Apple and he owns the league, so he'll be like.
Can we not find a fucking old center back? Like we just keep finding fucking everywhere else. Can we not? Is there not some old Here we go. Bring in Hummels. How about that? Legitimately, I'm not kidding. Or Sergio Ramos.
Dude, I'm telling you,
I don't know why they didn't do that in the first place.
Yes, I thought Ramos would have been for sure in.
Dude, I would have loved to see that. And I do, as a American MLS fan, like I hope
I would go.
I hope Di Maria comes. I really hope so.
I want to go to the games if Sergio Ramos goes because the guy. I don't care if he's playing.
Electric, dude.
Dude, if he's playing like U10, like against some kids, he'll fucking take players out. Dude, he's that intense. He's a fucking gamer, man.
Oh,
he's a winner.
Yeah.
You see him on the game, like in the Mexican League, bro. He's like.
I think he's got 4 goals, 4 red cards.
That's what I see though when I watch Inter Miami. You have Busquets in the midfield. The center.
You need that.
You need the center back guy who at least tells everyone where to. That's when I watch. That's what is missing. There's no leader at the back, man.
You know the game, Gumpy. You know the game, dude. It's crazy, but that is literally they don't say what.
I said better than I do. I'm impressed.
Maybe I can't fucking play worth it.
He's sharp. He got a good eye. But do you imagine like his dirt, like him being
the
director?
The Bellingham cleats are here. I'm fucking ready to go for TSG.
Oh,
We're gonna have
Dude,
to
step into it.
I'm taking Foss's spot.
Can you bring him on the next episode and let us look at him?
Yeah, I will. I'll bring him into the office. I gotta fucking start getting some kicks in. I do fear that I will fucking. Last year, just training with Pat, I tore both my quads to smithereens. So there's a bit of fear. There's a bit of fear there. We'll get some good stretching in though.
But seriously, if Inter's gonna do anything, sign Sergio Ramos, please.
Or Hummels, legit, just a leader at the back.
They have to.
They have to. That's the only way to fix it. And we'll get out of here on that note. We appreciate you all for following, listening, watching. We'll see you all next week. Cheers.